Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's show. Hope you're all well. Today, we're going to talk about my thoughts on Dead by Daylight Lights Out event. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about the channel. This is an entertainment channel where we do vlogs, videos, streams, we create our own films, we do shorts, and of course, we do a myriad of all different content, especially for you. And I'm talking about making our own films. The electro fried Jaffa Cake track will be out soon, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. It's going to be so much fun. Jeff has to outwit the killer and outwit his missus in time to scoff a load of Jaffa Cakes. Let's see what happens. Right, let's get on with today's vlog. Now, I've never played Lights Out before. As soon as I went on Reddit and other things, there was naysayers going, "Oh, not this again. No one wanted this." I've never played Lights Out before, and I've been on and off Dead by Daylight since it came out. So I must have missed that somehow, right? Tell me your experiences with Lights Out in the comments. But for me, I really enjoyed it, and I thought, wow, this is refreshing. It was something new, like 2 versus 8, and it's something different to mix things up. And Dead by Daylight feels like it's the game that keeps on giving. You're always getting free events and free DLCs and lots of extra stuff to enable you to get new costumes for your character. And they're even now making the older characters cheaper. So for me, Dead by Daylight is the game that keeps on giving. I really enjoyed Lights Out because it adds a suspenseful element to it. You never know what's exactly going to happen. As you know, if you put down the candelabra, all bets are off. You really need to be clutching tight to that candelabra to see what's going on. So I am going to be talking about first the killers, way I see it, and then the survivors, way I see it, how it affects them. Now, with the killer, you're instantly getting an advantage, right? Because you have to follow the light trail of the survivor. There's no music. So it is a bit like, oh, okay. You don't know how many generators the survivors have done. That's a negative, but it's also interesting, right? There's all these different aspects. But the best part about being a killer and with Lights Out is to be able to jump scare the absolute heck out of everyone. They are all huddling together, and all of a sudden you're like, "Hey!" And if you're the hillbilly, or of course Texas Chainsaw Massacre character, you go, "Vuh, vuh, vuh," and that's actually really scary in the dark. It adds a scare factor to the killers, and that's actually quite rare now because if you're an avid Dead by Daylight player, you're used to the killers now running after you and stuff, right? There's that element of suspense, sure, but there's not that spook of jump scare. Say if I was doing a generator and all of a sudden, boom, they're at me. Ah! That's something that you don't usually experience. And it really gets to you, right? For me, with Lights Out, it's magnified. And I was jumping out of my skin. It's the first time in a long time that I've actually been scared, and that's a great thing with the killers. There's that skill factor in there, and obviously you haven't got all the trees, you haven't got the add-ons now and things like that, which is a shame. But you're still able to scare your opponent. You're still able to really get them and find them in the dark. And in that way, there's the element of surprise. You're going to be able to get them even quicker. On the hook, bosh, bosh, bosh. And I think that's really fun. Now, with the survivors, I feel you're really getting some good advantages here. You're able to creep around in the dark, undetected mostly, and find the generator slowly but surely. Makes the game a bit more of a slower pace, and you're able to get the generators slowly but surely around the map. Of course, like I was saying about the killer, if you get caught in a jump scare, you could be doomed. So there is that side to it. But with the candles, you can see where you're going as long as you're careful, and I think that's brilliant. And the lack of music actually adds to the tension for me. So there's all these extra bits, like you can pick up the first aid kits, you can pick up the candles, you can still do those from the lock boxes, and I think that's great. And it slows down the game in order for survivors to make a decent plan. So I think this is a fantastic addition to the Dead by Daylight universe. I mean, I am talking from like a new perspective. There's going to be people out there that look at all these different numbers and all these different things that are going to be towards each and everything, and they're going to really pick at everything. But for me, those are my thoughts on it, and they come from the heart. They're not scripted, and it's quite an interesting thing, I think. And I would love to hear your thoughts on Lights Out in the comments. I think it's a fun event, adds to the jump scares, makes it quite cool to be a survivor again, and quite fun to jump scare everyone as a killer. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and have you played Lights Out yet in honour of the Castlevania DLC? Let me know in the comments. See you next time, guys. Bye!